Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning, and guess what? It's Father's Day Sunday. So, happy Father's Day to all you beautiful, wonderful fathers out there who have made sacrifices, who continue to make sacrifices, and all of you who have been called fathers but may not have biological children, but anybody that has stood in that position. Happy Father's Day. Have a blessed day. Hope you got something good planned for your day. And y'all, whoever's cooking for them, get in that kitchen there and cook a great big good meal for them, or take them out to a nice restaurant. So y'all know where we're doing it right here, in my kitchen. So today, we're gonna have a great big feast. You know, look at that booger. We're gonna have a big old feast today. Okay, and let's go ahead and I'm going to talk about the meats right now. I'll get the board up for you shortly. Okay, over here to my left, turkey wings. I've not done turkey wings on the show before, I don't think. But anyway, we're going to do some baked turkey wings today with peppers and onions. And right there in between, you'll see some ground turkey because I'm going to do some um, crescent roll ground turkey sliders. How about that? So that's just going to be a little extra added. That's going to be my different thing for today. And right next to the turkey wings, I got my bag of pork chops. I got about 20 pork chops in there I'm going to fry up. And over here to the far right, that is chicken. Y'all know I have to do with chicken now. This is going to be a different kind of chicken today. I decided that I'm going to do a sweet chili sauce chicken. A real simple dish. Just season that chicken up, run it through the oven for about an hour, and put that sweet chili sauce on there and let it bake on and glaze over. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and get these meats into the oven, and I'll be frying those pork chops later, and we'll get to those turkey sliders later. I'll let y'all see me construct those from start to finish. But we're going to get those turkey wings and this chicken into the oven right now in a 375-degree oven. The chicken is going to cook for about an hour and a half, and those turkey wings probably about 3 hours, and then they'll be ready to eat. So y'all hang in there with me, and we'll return. Okay, y'all, here we are. The chicken is cooking nicely. The next thing I'm going to do to this chicken is to put the sauce over it so it can start to glaze over. It has another 45 minutes to cook. So the last 45 minutes of cooking time, I'm going to put this sweet chili sauce over. Not tried this. This is one of my 50 ways to do chicken. So we're just going to spread it over there and let it go back into the oven for another 45 minutes so it'll glaze on it. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Got that chicken all glazed with that sweet chili sauce. Remember, one thing, when you cook chicken, it will exude a lot of juice. So pour that juice off so that you only have a little bit in the bottom of the pan. And what I did was just saturated the chicken with that sweet chili sauce. I think this is going to be a yummy dish. So flip the chicken over. You glaze it on one side, the brown side that's been cooking all the time. Glaze it with the chili sauce, then flip it over because you know the chicken under there is a little bit light and pale. So you want to flip it over, put some more chili sauce on there, and then we're going to run it back through the oven for the last about 30 minutes now. And we're going to have us some another version of chicken. I'll name it shortly. So stay tuned. Okay, y'all, next up is my pasta salad. And I'll tell you how much I got. This is a huge bowl because we're going to have lots of family in this afternoon. So I had to make a big old bowl. This is 5 cups of macaroni cooked. I used 5 cups of macaroni, which is like a pound and about a fourth. So that's for the macaroni. I've got 6 eggs. I've ground them up, chopped them up, put them in the chopper and chopped them. I got a cup and a half of bell pepper, green bell pepper, and celery. I don't use onion in mine because the onion seems to do a little too much. But if you want to put it in yours, perfectly well. But I do not put onion ever. Um, but you can do it, maybe chop some up on the side and do it like that if you'd like to. Okay, so I've got 2 tablespoons of sweet relish, and I'm going to be putting in I'm just going to mix all this up together first, and then I'm going to start putting in my mayo and my I needed some sweet and sour or some vinaigrette dressing. I did not have any because I used it last week, so I had to make a cup, and all I need is about a half a cup of vinaigrette dressing. And I will tell you, okay, this is for the vinaigrette now. So for those of you who want it, listen real good to this part of the video. This vinaigrette dressing that I'm going to be putting in here is 1/4 cup of grape jelly, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. And what I did was put it in the blender so it blends up really, really good. And then voila, you've got some grape vinaigrette. And this can be used on anything. I just like a little bit of vinaigrette in my pasta salad. So there it goes. Okay. Now we're going to just blend that up real good. And then we'll put the mayo in last. Any kind of vinaigrette that you want to make, you know, all you need is some sugar, some vinegar, some salt, and, you know, whatever other seasonings you choose to use. Real simple thing to make. Okay. Got that mixed in really good. And by the way, I did cook my noodles with salt, so I'm going to taste of it to see still if it needs any more salt. And of course, you know I'm going to put black pepper in it. Add about a teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, that's half of it. And that's the other half. Okay, get that mixed around in there. Really good. This is real simple to make. And this is a good summertime dish. I didn't add meat. I usually put tuna in my pasta salad, but since I got so many different meats going on here today, and I'm gonna have one more meat item to do besides the pork chop, the chicken, and the turkey wings, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with about a cup of mayo. Okay, that's about a good cup of mayo, and we're gonna go ahead and blend the mayo in there really good. And remember now, before you serve this, you still need, I don't want to bring out the Port Marion today, so I'm just going to use one of these pans here. So here we go. We're just going to put it in the pan, and what we need to do is to get it in there. I'm going to sprinkle a little paprika on top to make it look pretty for presentation, like I always do. Y'all know. So, and after I get all that done, then of course it needs to go into the refrigerator so it will chill and set. Just smooth it out right there like that. Nice and even. It's nice and creamy. Excuse me. And of course, as these flavors begin to blend together, it's gonna taste better and better. So it's ready for the what y'all flavor train. Okay, that's all done. I'm just gonna hit it with that paprika, and we'll be done with the pasta salad until time to eat it. Let's find some paprika. And you know, paprika has a distinct little kind of a dry taste, but it also makes a good decorative garnish to go on top there. So that's all there is. Now how's that for cute and pretty? Okay, already. Next up is going to be the broccoli casserole, y'all. Okay, it's broccoli casserole time, y'all. We're going to start out with 2 pounds of fresh broccoli. And I steamed it for about 12 minutes just to get it softened up. I use the Green Giant brand. Just buy that bag already chopped and cut and ready to go. It's a 2-pound package. So 2 pounds of broccoli. And of course you got to make like a cheese sauce or a cream sauce to go over it. I'm using a 1/2 cup of milk, 2 eggs, 4 cups of cheese, which will be sharp cheddar cheese. And I'm going to use a 16-ounce jar of cheesy Alfredo sauce and a stick of butter, about 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Now, the other thing that I do for my broccoli before I cook it, I salt the water so that it cooks that salt right into it, so I'm sure that it's salty enough. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and start mixing. Okay, in here for my mixture, I've got my 1/2 cup of milk. I've got 2 eggs, the jar of Alfredo sauce, and a 1/2 cup of sour cream. That's what I didn't say. So it's a 1/2 cup of sour cream in there. So all I'm going to do with that, okay, remember now, just pour it right in there, just like that. And of course, you know I'm going to get everything out of that mix. This is my Ninja that I'm using. Did I say it right this time? No, NutriBullet. I'm just stuck on Ninja. Ninja, please send me a mixer. That is my NutriBullet that I mix that in. Mixes it very well. And that's what you need to do. Make sure, because it should be a nice creamy blend. Then I'm going to put in the half stick of butter. I'm going to go ahead, a stick of butter. Real butter, y'all. Pour it in there, and now it's time to mix it. Just mix it up really, really good, like so. Ooh, I can smell my turkey wings in there. They're coming along just fine. It's almost time for me to get my chicken out. About 10 minutes. Okay. Please, please, please make sure you taste of your food to make sure that it's seasoned. I think that's well seasoned, because now what I'm going to do is 2 layers. I'm going to start with half of the mixture into one of my foil pans, because that's where I'm going to bake it. That's about half that mixture. Maybe a little bit more for that corner. Okay. Shake it around a little bit. And I'm going to put about, whoops. Just sprinkle your cheese around like so. Okay. Okay. That's about half the cheese in there. I believe. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to put the other half of the mixture right on top of there. And get it spread out really good. Y'all know it's going to be good. A nice creamy casserole. And a little twist on that. I use the Alfredo, that cheesy Alfredo sauce on there. Just as a little bit of surprise to y'all. Okay. Just get it spread out really, really good, y'all. And then we're going to come, of course, and put the rest of that cheese on there. And then we're going to put a few breadcrumbs on there. And we're going to have us the makings of just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful broccoli casserole. Okay. Okay. This is sharp cheddar. I think this is Sam's Club brand. It is Sam's Club brand sharp cheddar. Okay. And I think we got enough cheese on top of there. It's gonna be really yummy, y'all. Yummy, y'all. Yummy, y'all. Okay, pretty much got that spread out. Okay. Okay. Pull that out of the way and clean that off a little bit. Okay. Get my tablet out of the way. Okay. It was cleanup time, y'all. Y'all know me. Y'all know how this works. Okay. So I got that wiped off pretty good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get my breadcrumbs. I'm going to go right on top of that cheese. I've got some Italian, some Italian breadcrumbs. I'm just going to drizzle them. I'll probably be using about a half a cup of breadcrumbs. Not a lot, because you know breadcrumbs will thicken and do what they do. Okay. Good half a cup. Just for a little garnish on top, and it'll give it a little bit of a crunch, and it'll mix in with the cheese and all that kind of good stuff. So the breadcrumbs do add a little bit of a element to your mac and cheese. Okay. And of course, Well, I'm coming. I had a little Parmesan cheese. I love Parmesan cheese, so I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese. It has a little, that little, what I call that stinky cheese smell to it. So throw your little parm on top, like so. And we're going to be ready to put this in the oven, and we're going to bake this on 375 for about 45 minutes. That's all it takes, y'all. So there is your broccoli casserole. Just so you know, y'all, I'm going to lie a piece of foil on top of that and sort of do the edges just about like that before I put it into the oven. We're going to bake it 45 minutes at 375. Okay, y'all, got the mac and cheese in. Those turkey wings have been in there approximately 2 hours, and so has my chicken. You can see the chicken is done. I'm going to cover it so that chili sauce will continue to blend in there. But now my turkey wings, I got to make a little bit of gravy for that, because you know we got to have some rice and gravy with those turkey wings. So everything is shaping up, so we're going to continue on, and I'm going to go ahead and make the, and I think I'm just going to do a little, we'll see. Let's go off here a minute and let me think a couple seconds, and I'll figure out if I'm going to do a brown gravy, sort of a brown gravy pan style gravy, or if I'm just going to make a flour water gravy to go with those turkey wings. We'll be back. Okay, next up, green beans, canned green beans. This is a 1 gallon can of green beans, and I've got in them a stick of butter, a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of complete seasoning, and a tablespoon of chicken bouillon powder, and 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 1 onion. Boil all that together, then add your beans, let them sit in that water for about 20 minutes, and you got fresh green beans, y'all. Just make sure when you put the beans in that you got that water boiling, a real rolling boil, and just mix the beans all into that brothy water there. I didn't put any kind of meat in there because I put the stick of butter, and the other seasonings will suffice. We try to eat healthy every once in a while, and since these are canned beans, I'm sure they got enough additives already. So like I said, we don't have to cook these again. They're already cooked. We're just seasoning canned green beans, okay? I did fresh green beans, well, fresh frozen last week, I think it was, with the carrots. But these are good, though. My dear sweetheart husband taught me how to do this to make them taste good. And again, don't boil them a long time. Just let them, bring them to a rolling boil, and then turn them off and let them sit for about 20 minutes in that water, and they'll be ready, okay? So green beans. Okay, y'all, I've decided on my gravy. I'm going to make a pan gravy here. I'm going to brown it up just a little bit. I've used 1/4 cup of flour, and then I had a packet of this pepper gravy mix. I'm going to use it probably another half. So 3/4 of a cup of flour, because this is going to be a big pot of gravy I got to make here. So just going to let it brown up a little bit. I'm going to add some broth to it, season it up, and pour it right back over those turkey wings, and run them back through the oven for the remaining time until dinner is ready. So, see what gravy, roux, it's roux, that's all it is. And I'm not getting it, trying to do a dark roux, just a sort of a light brown roux. Okay. Like I said, once I get it to the color I want it, I'll pour my broth in, probably a little bit of water. But this is for a large amount, so this is, I'm just giving you a technique here for making gravy or roux, or however you want to call it, okay? Y'all see them sizzling in the pan. The pork chops are cooking. So we got about 20 minutes on these. You know, these size pork chops, about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. Make sure they're good and done. Aren't they pretty? Look at how pretty. Just beautiful. So I'm only able to get like 4 at a time in here. But these are bone-in pork chops, and I've got some boneless pork chops. So we're gonna get those cooked up, and dinner will be served here shortly, y'all. Just want to chime in, y'all, to let you know I didn't forget the pork chops. And instead of my sliders, we're going to do hot dogs today. So that's a little bit more work that I'm willing to do at this point in time, y'all. So we'll be back.
then my hand helped you.
That's right.
I know that's right. Because I don't have a phone.
This has been one glorious day for cooking, for enjoying, for praising God, and for saying happy Father's Day to all the beautiful, wonderful fathers there. My family is here with me. They're all over the place. I hope this video comes out okay. I am so excited. I got 20 folks in the house here, and for the most part, it's family. We all came together to say happy Father's Day. I have grandsons, my son, and friends, and people just all, my nephew, they're all here. My brother-in-law is here. They're all fathers. So just happy Father's Day to every father that's out there, and like I said before, to every father to every man rather that stands in that position of being a father, that serves as a father, acted as a father. That if you've been an uncle but you had to be a father to someone, if you've been a brother that you had to be a father to someone, we salute you on this day. We say God bless you and God keep you. And each and every one of y'all, as I always tell you, keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. Until I decide to cook something again, toodaloo. Love you guys. Get in that kitchen and cook something good right quick. You still got time. Love you. Toodles.